I'm Atiya Sumar, and I work at the British Council as Head of Programs and Business Partnerships. It wasn't easy reaching where I am, especially because I got married when I was very young, and I had just done my Form 6. After marriage, I realized that I had ambitions and that there were things I wanted to achieve. But I didn't let marriage become an obstacle in my way. I also got my children while I was very young. By the time I was 26, I already had 3 children. But I did my bachelor's in business administration and my MBA while I was married and I had 3 children and I was working. Living in a culture, in a society where women are told to dress in a particular way, to speak in a particular way, to sit in a particular way, our roles and our duties are defined. I come from a culture and a society like that which expected me to be successful, but not more successful than the men in my family. And if I was more successful than them, then I would have to hide that so that I don't look more successful than my husband or my brother or my father-in-law or my uncles or the other men in my family. As a woman, I was supposed to manage my children, my home, and then my ambitions should take a back seat. And whenever I discussed my ambitions, my plans with people from my culture, from the society, I was told, you are too ambitious for a woman. Women are not meant to be so aggressive, But, these are some of the challenges that I faced. I think the culture and the society that we come from, for me, was the biggest challenge. But I didn't let that stand in my way. I was full of self-confidence. And because I was confident of my abilities, of my strength, I was confident that I am able to deliver, I'm able to dream and live up to my ambitions. I became ambitious. I was ambitious because I was confident in myself. And so I moved along. I finished my bachelor's and my master's and I landed my first job in the development sector. I started as an executive assistant. But what led me to reach this level of seniority is my very strong work ethic. I believe in emotional intelligence, on knowing when to back down, when to step up, when is the right time to portray a certain behavior. I really strongly believe in the power of emotional intelligence. I demonstrated that I will never, ever compromise on quality. There are no shortcuts to success, and I strongly believe that. So my very strong work ethic and learning and unlearning, I feel that is one of the most important skills for the 21st century that we will need, is constantly learning new things and unlearning what we have been taught and what we have been told. I spend at least 2 hours a day reading articles on management, on leadership, on information technology. I don't just read on things which are associated with my field. I spend 1 hour reading on the skills which I will need to become excellent in my role, in my field, but I also spend 1 hour reading about what is upcoming in the future, in the entrepreneurial sector, in the private sector, in the development sector, AI, information technology. I read up on all of these for 2 hours a day, first thing in the morning. I come to work between 6:30 and 7, and I spend 1 hour just reading from LinkedIn, Harvard Business Review. I find online articles on these and I read. Every day I walk for 1.5 hours, and I spend that 1.5 hours listening to either podcasts on management, on women in leadership roles, on anything which is related, which is able to help me enhance my skills and improve my performance and climb up the ladder. So I spend 1.5 hours every day, 5 days a week, not 7 days a week, listening to either these podcasts or TEDx talks. And then I read every day. I make sure that I read 100 pages of the book that I'm reading. So it can either be a fiction book, a novel, it can be a non-fiction book, which could be based on history, on current affairs, on futuristic technologies. So I think I spend almost 5 hours a day just learning how to be better at my role. And I think that actually helps me to make less mistakes and to lead a very high achieving team, because it's not just about admin work or managing your work, but it is also about helping your team to grow and helping your team to also achieve great heights and developing them into better professionals. At the end of the day, we want to carry our team together with us to the finishing line. It's not just about you finishing the race and coming out first. You are also carrying on your back a whole team who is depending on you to lead them where they want to go. My advice to our future leaders, to our future women leaders is, we have to work harder than anybody else. Because if we fail, it's not going to be that she can't do it or she doesn't have what it takes. It's going to be women can't do it. We are carrying the burden of our entire gender with us, and we should always be mindful of that. It's when you fail, you haven't failed. It's women who have failed. And when you excel, it's all women who have excelled. Because if one can do it, it's generalized that everybody can do it. Secondly, I would say, it's not about who is going to let you do it. It's about who is going to stop you from doing it. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. Dream. Materialize those dreams into ambitions. Develop the courage and the persistence to pursue your dreams. One of the main reasons for my success was that I don't take no for an answer. I will keep on going at something persistently, tenaciously until I get it. In my life, I don't have a plan B. I want plan A, and I will make sure that I do whatever it takes to achieve that plan. And if I can do it, everybody else can do it too.
CV People Africa Initiative.